Hey, you guys, Pastor Robert. I'm excited to get into this study with you guys, this series about the Last Supper and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. This first video is going to talk about the Hebrew calendar. Now, before we really get into it, we're not going to really get into it too much in this video. I just want to ask you guys some questions. Is it important that we know about the Hebrew calendar? Is it? Do you know what our calendar is called? Do you know when our calendar started? Do you know what calendar Jesus and his disciples used? Do you know what calendar they used in the Old Testament? See, sometimes people don't think details matter. Well, a lot of times, us in Christianity, we're like, hey, this isn't really that big of a deal. The problem is we miss so much when we just kind of glance over things. And you're going to see in this study why we miss so much by just glancing over and not really caring about some of these details that are really, really important. Because all this stuff comes into play throughout the story of the Last Supper and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. The calendar does matter, you guys. It's really important to understand the Hebrew calendar. It don't only matter in this study, it actually matters in a lot of things that you read in Scripture. It'll actually change your perspective on things. It'll help you have a better understanding. And so as we start to talk about the Hebrew calendar and we talk about our calendar and the differences, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, okay, I wasn't aware of these things, right? So whenever we do this Passover study, every year that we do the Last Supper and the resurrection of Jesus Christ, my wife's favorite part of the study is this very first part, because she says it radically changed the way she saw things. And for me, this part isn't as big of a deal to me as it was to her. And as I understood the way that she saw it, then I can see why this is very important. So the very next video, we're going to start talking about the differences between the Hebraic calendar and our calendar. And so I want to encourage you, look up, what is our calendar? How does it operate? Look up the Hebraic calendar. I'm actually going to tell you about it in the next video, but God bless and look forward to the second video in this series. Have a great day. Pastor Robert with Walk in Faith Ministries.